working on with a couple of equine veterinarians. So every one of you all has worked out and done strenuous exercise, and you know how you're sore for a couple of days. Right now, there's a technology and a therapy that's being used by elite athletes, NBA players, and Olympians, where that you never get sore and you never feel tired, you never have fatigue after your workout. And what we're trying to do is apply and develop this technology for equine athletes and dogs. So when a racehorse runs a race or there's a very hard exercise, it has signs of severe fatigue for 5 to 6 days. It sometimes doesn't even eat for a day or two, and they don't perform nearly as well for up to 2 weeks. So whole body cryotherapy is this treatment, and what happens is the person or the animal is exposed to cold, very cold air. Again, no liquid, just cold air for 3 to 4 minutes. And what happens is the skin temperature drops to about 40 to 50 degrees. There's no freezing. There's no change in core temperature. But what happens is there's whole body vasoconstriction. That's when your blood vessels contract. And then when you leave, they vasodilate. So the blood washes through all the muscles and peripheral tissue. And also what happens is, since the body detects this very cold temperature, it wants to shut down any heat-producing activity, such as inflammation, especially inflammation. And what happens is there's a release of anti-inflammatory mediators and other cytokines. So this is in the use. Again, this is the endocrine pathways, what happens. And like I said, there's an increase in anti-inflammatory and a decrease in pro-inflammatory mediators. These are the signaling agents that actually affect the body. So again, what we wanted to do with equine is develop a training aid for speed recovery. And also we're looking at it for arthritis and joint inflammation, and for canines again, disease, osteoarthritis, and also weight loss. Every time you go through one of these treatments, you lose 800 calories. So our progress is we constructed a prototype chamber for each animal. We've got the optimum temperature ranges. We've done pilot studies with horses and dogs. We've used infrared cameras to look at our results. And we just developed a canine commercial grade chamber. And next week it'll actually be going into pilot trials in the local grooming clinic. Here's the horse chamber for the horse. Our dog chamber, on the left, the dog is receiving cryo treatment. I will note that under each of these treatments, there are 3 highly trained, well-regarded veterinarians performing this. So the animal was in no danger, and if there is any problems, the animal can just be removed within a second. So here are the clear results. You notice before and after, we have a nice even temperature distribution. And we can get the temperature down to 35 degrees Fahrenheit with no short-term or long-term effects. So the health improvements that we saw with the double-blind test in dogs is we saw a cessation of scratchy dogs, the dogs who sit around and scratch themselves. That stopped. Hot spots, if anybody has a dog, sometimes they'll get like nasty places where they scratch themselves a lot. After cryotherapy, these healed completely within 3 days. Older dogs, those arthritic dogs that were in this study, showed an overall increase in activity and a great deal of energy. One dog in particular couldn't climb stairs, and afterwards he was flying up and down in his owner's house. The equine test, that was a purely safety study, just to show that cryotherapy would not hurt the horse. And there was no observed deterioration in health or injuries after several rounds of cryotherapy in 5 horses. And also we did a sperm count test in a healthy stallion to show that cryotherapy would not affect breeding potential, which is very important in the horse industry. Our market, there's 100,000 equine athletes or horses that perform in some sort of sport within the U.S. And an annual profit of $3.6 million would be achieved if 1% of these equine athletes use the cryotherapy once per week, and our expected cost to the user is $100. And in the canine sales, what we'd like to do here is actually build a chamber and sell them to veterinary clinics and groomers, and you see some of our other figures. Our future work, again, we're beginning pilot trials at the dog grooming facility, working with veterinarians, and we'd like to do a research trial. With the equine, what we're trying to do is self-fund and build a commercial semi-trailer mounted unit and begin working in tracks. Here's our team. Both of these veterinarians are incredibly well renowned. Dr. Denard has been the veterinarian for a couple of Derby winners. Myself, I'm an engineer. Dr. Wilkie is a chemical engineer, and Daryl Edwards is a experienced manufacturing guy. Here's our scale-up ability if we need it, and our fund, with the $500, if we win it, I'd like to pay this contract.